warrior. Let's talk about it. My home state of New York. Do you know what? They are the only state in the nation that continues to treat the solicitation of 15, 16, or 17-year-olds for sex as a low level offense. Did you hear what I just said? Low level offense, which means perpetrators do not face felony charges. Again, New York State. It's embarrassing, my home state. The only state in the nation that is doing this. So under current New York law, an adult who buys a 15, 16, or 17-year-old child can face far weaker consequences than someone who exploits a younger child. That distinction is very, very dangerous. I mean, call me wacky, but I thought anyone under 18 is a minor, is legally called a child. So it tells predators then that the age of the child they target can determine how seriously the state treats the crime. They'll go after the 15, 16, and 17-year-olds. So you know what? New York State is trying to close the loophole on all of this. We are working very hard. I'm going to put in the body of this video how you can participate, and everyone can participate. It's called the Victim Protection and Child Sex Buyer Accountability Act, and it would correct all of this. Why should New York be the only state in the nation that would allow all of this? Children being bought for commercial sex. That, by definition alone, is human trafficking, the use of force, fraud, or coercion. This bill would ensure that survivors are recognized as victims. This is something very hard, unless you're working in this realm of trafficking, exploitation, to understand really that usually the teen or the young woman, we'll stick to teen because that's what the bill is about right now, they are considered, the criminal. They are the ones arrested for prostitution. The justice system is not looking at the big picture of they've been forced into that, and that there is the definition of trafficking, human trafficking, force, fraud, coercion. And those who do this to 15, 16, or 17-year-olds must start facing accountability. We talk about ending the demand, at least intervening in the demand, at least trying to have this true accountability. So many who are trying this with children, I'm going to call them children, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. I don't care what they look like, what you think they are minors in the eyes of the law. So many who would not maybe even go near this are going to do it because they know they can get away with it, and it's exploiting children. So this new bill would not only modernize this statutory language to reflect these children are victims, of traffickers. The traffickers are using these tactics, knowing this in New York State, but this would strengthen New York's ability to hold perpetrators, I'm going to use it again, accountable, while validating survivors' lived experiences. Because remember, all the work we do with the Warriors, it's education, awareness, intervention, prevention, and supporting that survivor. So we want everybody to take action. I'll put that again in the body of this video. But, the failures of New York State, it's really shocking, especially since this is the home of one Jeffrey E. I'm gonna say that for now because we have algorithms here on YouTube. Certain things you can't say. I don't know, call me wacky. Certain things also in the Warriors just get kind of a red mark. So we'll leave that for a minute. But also Ghislaine Maxwell, part of their major trafficking operation was right here in New York, right, for years and years. And so we're allowing this also. So it's also got the name, the E Act. I'm going to leave that a little bit. I'll put more in the body of the video. But the Victim Protection and Child Sex Buyer Accountability Act, legislation that demands adults who purchase children for sex, they're fueling and sustaining all of these markets. Remember, there's no accountability. People follow the money. They go where there are no laws. And so that's what's happening. So creating this financial incentive, as I'm talking about, there's so much money involved in all of this, and exploiting, grooming, recruiting vulnerable youth. And I maintain today, vulnerable youth are all over. By virtue of the internet, you can be from what we deem, a poor household. You can be from a great household, because I'm now seeing it in the last year, and it's come to my attention. So many kids are being groomed, recruited, bought on the internet. So all kids, to me, are vulnerable youth. But the bill would not undo what happened to the survivors of the E's trafficking, you know what I'm talking about, trafficking network, or to the countless others exploited across New York. But it can protect the next child and make it clear that New York will not treat the purchase of a child as a minor offense. Can you imagine? Minor offense when these are minors. Just think about this. So New York lawmakers must close this legal loophole that should have never even existed in the first place and affirm a principle that should really be beyond debate. We shouldn't even be I shouldn't even have to be telling you about this. Every child under 18 deserves the full protection of the law. I know you agree with me. Community creates change. We at the Warriors, I'm embarrassed, my home state of New York, for a couple of reasons these days. But for this, the only state in the nation, let's close this loophole. Let's get everybody, especially if you're in New York, be a warrior. Join us. I'll put, again, the link. We've got a letter set up for you. You just add it, hit the send, and you'll be participating. We must keep on all of this exploitation. I urge you every single day. It's growing right in front of me. You know, I sat down to do a newsletter, and then this came across my computer, something that a coalition of us are working on. The minute we take our eye off the ball, and this is what the predators are counting on, the justice system, I mean, I'm at a point where I'm really tired of hearing they're overwhelmed, because they are, number one, but also they don't have the resources. Why don't they? With all this fraud and money's going on, we have solutions all around. We have ethical technology that can root out, most of this happening online than going into real life. We could do it. Yeah, there's a holdup. And every day I think about this. I go to sleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. Why? Why would a society allow this abuse of children, this escalating abuse? The bottom line, the only one I can come up with, is because there's so much money, and this is so wrong. Morally, I don't want to be the morality police, but I'm going to start stepping in because these are kids. And we're talking about teens here, 15, 16, 17. This should be a felony along with all the other states in our nation. So join me, join the Warriors. Remember, it is community that creates change. If we don't do it, who will? We can't depend, right, just on the government to do everything correctly, do everything right. And with everything going on, I don't like to say it, but all of these issues take a bottom stance to everything else happening. But we are warriors, so I'm counting on you to join me. Again, the link for all of this will be in the body of the video. Join us. Remember, first I should say thank you. Thank you for all of your support, your donations, your in-kind services we receive. For instance, STEM academies, goods. A lot of goods are given to us that we distribute among our girls to empower them, our young women, also to supporting our survivors, also to events we do. For instance, this week we'll be at the mall at Short Hills in New Jersey on June 4th, 6 to 8 p.m. with our Give Back bracelet. Community kind of fun event at the mall to talk. A portion of the proceeds all go into Lynn's Warriors, which we directly turn around and send out to the survivors. Please join us, because again, if we don't do it, who will? Thank you. And when you wake up each and every day, go out. Make it a goal. Go out and be a warrior.